Hello everyone. So we are back. So this is from movie Creed, I believe, and reason I picked it because this have both sides. So we have a space in there, right? So we'll not just make a corner; we'll make the whole space. Right? That's why I picked this particular concept art. So yeah, so we'll just quickly take them and put them on Pure Ref, and we'll start with them. Okay, so possibly like this today we're gonna do the planning, okay, and the next session we're gonna start doing the blockouts. Okay, so today we're gonna do the whole planning and what are the thought process behind it and how we're gonna proceed through it. Everything will be in our head. Like whenever you look at a concept art or an image, the picture should be in your head, like how you're gonna proceed and how it will look in the end, right? So this is what we're gonna do in this session, right? We're not gonna touch Unreal or any other software. We're just gonna plan. Okay, so here if you see, if once we'll start building this up, the very first thing we will see is the space. We start from the larger things to the smaller things. Okay, so whenever you see a space, we'll start from the walls. Like there is it is a closed space, so the walls are the most important part, like how we're gonna cover it up. And so for the normal side, we know there is like this wall which is like brick wall, right? And we can make the modular ways. We can make this one piece right here, and then we can duplicate it around all the places. Okay. And then we can make all the modular pieces. That's part one. That helps us defining the space more openly. Like you can have changes more quickly in the design. Like the space, if it can be slightly bigger than the concept art, which is fine, we can quickly do that. So with the modular pieces, right? And that is the same modular pieces can go like there's one piece here for the door, right? And then there will be another one for the window, right? So there will be like these few pieces will be there. Like so let me get notepad, so we write it down all the things. So once we start creating, we will have the clear idea from the picture what we need in there. Okay, and we can write it down. Okay, this is like modular piece number 1, and this is modular piece 2, and this is the same piece. It could be smaller also. Like imagine this is 4 meter by 4 meter. I think this is because this is a really high roof, so it could be 4 meter, but I'm just assuming right now. We can find this scale later on. Okay, so which is very easy because we know what roughly the countertop size is, and then we'll just do the multiply the scale and we'll find it out. So for now, what we have is here. So if you look at both of the images, we have for the walls, we have simple wall, plane I would call it, and window. So possibly these are here, so because there is this window, this could be double window also. So there could be B1 or A2. It's all up to us. A2 and A3. Why I put A2 and A3? Because this is like a whole window throughout the thing. Okay, so we can have this corner and that corner, both the corner, or we can rotate them also. Okay, so that's another part. So this corner, middle part, and this corner of the window, because this corner piece will come here also, and then again the window. So we can make multiple pieces, more pieces later on if you feel like those are required. After that, this will become like our, you seen in the concept art, this is what we are building. Okay, just the walls and the windows and doors, no props we will care about. This will be the very first part in there. It's like you are moved into a newly built flat or something like that, so you just have walls and doors, windows, and if there are some architectural piece like this step is there, and if there is balcony attached, so we can add that. Okay, so that is there, and then we start counting the props. Overall, if you see, we saw the vents like in the normal. For the larger piece, vents were there. Okay, vents is for the V, I think. Okay. Vents A1, there will be multiple pieces, or we can make it singular in that. And the roof, it depends. They haven't shown the roof in here, but here it's a little bit visible in the concept art. That is concrete roof, so we don't have to worry too much. There are sprinklers, there are water sprinklers, but mostly it is concrete. So we are good. We are good with this. Now we have walls and the room in place, and in the third, we can start finding out what props we need. Okay, and we'll start from large to small. So I will bring in my list here. Let me add in props. Okay, so as we had this image in there, okay, so we look at the larger parts. So now for this is for the walls, and then we added vents. For this kitchen cabinet can be an architectural piece. Also the kitchen what we call kitchen wall, kitchen, it's not table, platform. I'm talking about this one. I believe this is, I forgot, I just called it and I forgot the name. So this is, we call it platform. We can change the name later on. So these are the larger part which goes with the whole space. Okay, I don't see any other, they don't have fireplace or any other element in here. Okay, we can add balcony maybe, so we can add balcony. this quicker. So this is basically on the kitchen area. So basically you will see after the environment work is very less in there, like you will have these walls and then you will have some tileable texture which will also pick after this thing list, and there will be mostly prop work, right? This will like you make these all props individually and then you set it up in there. So yeah, so that's, you will see this list will be much more smaller than these list, but it is much nicer to have all this planning beforehand so we can create it. So now let's move to our living room. So we'll start from the larger part again. So this is sofa. I'll write it down. So this is sofa. In the games also, when you have particular rooms and areas, we tend to write down the name of the area in front of it. So it could be desert, like imagine some asset will go to the desert, so you will put desert, right? You could have, the area will have the name, so it will go in front of it. So it's nicer to so the asset name do not conflict, because chair will be everywhere, right? It will be in the office also, it will be in the bedroom also, it might be in the living room or kitchen also. So if you write on chair A1 for everything, it will confuse. So we go A1, B1 and C1, or kitchen, chair, A1, and plus if we can write area, right? Diner, chair, A1. Okay. Chinese restaurant, chair, A1, like that. Okay, so let's focus on textures. Happy with the amount of list of props? I'm not gonna make it. You guys gonna make. No, I'm not gonna make every single prop. It gonna take a lifetime. So we're gonna look for resources. If you find resources, we're gonna use resources, and we're gonna make a few for sure, but not every. Otherwise, it's gonna last a lifetime. Okay. So textures here. Now here, as you can see, we can start from walls. Okay, so I can see this is I don't know why they left it, make it feel like outcast. So there's a wall brick, A1, A2, because I'm thinking we can make two. One will be like on the top and the second one will be more go on case type of this. Pick the list, pick the concept art, yeah, keep posting in the Discord channel. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for today's session, right? And in the next session we'll start blocking out, right? And we'll make the scene in Unreal. That's for the next session. We make the blockouts, we'll block out the scene in Unreal, and then the third session will be texturing the blockouts. Okay, so you have to join the Environment Art Bootcamp. So the link will be in the description. Join, and then we'll start to make the things beautiful. Until then, just have fun, just start. Okay, take full advantage of this session. I hope you guys had learned something. Okay, so thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it.